Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Love what you drive. We're here with Malcolm. And where are we, first of all?
We are in Newark Valley, New York.
Newark Valley, New York. It's up way north.
Yep.
At least from where I'm at.
Yep.
And where are we at? What is this?
Right now we're at Panther Fest.
Panther Fest.
Yep. Mr. Random's hosting a really large car meet. We got a lot of people coming down having a good time. But he also invited various other vehicles. So we have Tauruses, we have Chargers, and we also have my 2012 Caprice PPV.
Yeah. So this is why we're here, because Love What You Drive. It's not just the Panther, but we also like other cool cars. And so they'll be in the playlist called Other Cool Rides. So you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you drive and everything about it.
All right. Yep. So my name is Malcolm Mabray. I drive a 2012 Caprice PPV. That is police pursuit vehicle. Okay. Or no, my bad. Police patrol vehicle.
Okay. Either way, it works.
Yeah, it definitely works. Honestly, it's been a really good car. Like I said, there's a lot of mystery with them. A lot of people don't know their capabilities or what they come with.
Yeah.
So from the factory, they came with either a 3.6 liter CityTech V6,
okay,
or a 6 liter L77 pushrod V8 option. The 6s were mounted to a 6L50E transmission, and the V8 versions came with the 6L80E with sport and performance mode.
Yeah. What year is this? I'm sorry?
2012.
2012. How many miles?
Right now, as it sits, she has 95,000. Nice. I had picked it up off of an older gentleman that had multiple Caprices at the time, and when I picked it up, it had 74,000 miles. This car is actually out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
It is a retired Belmar PD car. Ooh, and it was a ghost vehicle.
Yeah.
So the graphics were only really able to be seen once the lights glared on them, which was really cool when the car was in service. But unfortunately, when they retired the vehicle, they kind of did a number on the paint.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to kind of give and take as far as that's concerned. But other than that, she's been a rock solid car. July 30th will mark 2 years that I've owned the vehicle.
Yep.
And honestly, no regrets. And this is coming from a former Panther owner.
Yeah. Panther owner. Okay. Is that a stock emblem?
So yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, so yes it is. So I actually ordered that from Holden USA. So over in Australia, this car is marketed as the Holden Statesman Caprice.
Okay.
But Chevy just simply made a deal with Holden, and they ended up getting the body over here. And since we don't have Holden in the States, they put Chevy badges on the vehicle.
Okay.
When I acquired the vehicle, I went and I reverted those changes, and I got the badges and emblems back.
Wow. It's got that nice wide body look to it.
Yes, and that's another thing that's very appealing with these vehicles, is that they have the fender flares. Most of General Motors' Zeta platform comes with these aggressive fender flares, also seen on the Pontiac G8, the Holden Commodore, the Chevy SS, the HSV Grange, and various other Zeta platform vehicles from General Motors.
Yeah. Okay. So what, I don't even know what to ask you. You just flooded me with so much information straight out of the gate.
I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to my car, brother.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this thing. And like I said, I had 2 Panther bodies, so there's no bias to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I can tell people that there's a lot of misconceptions with the vehicle. The only real Achilles heel to these vehicles, for any Panther owners that are watching that may have been intrigued or maybe wanted to know more about the vehicle, is that stock they come with displacement on demand, or AFM, which is active fuel management. And basically what the engine does is, under light load, it will basically shut down a set of lifters and stop the oiling to them, so the car will run into 4-cylinder mode on the highway. They do that to try to save gas.
Yeah.
The only problem is that it's, well, problematic. Once it ages over time, lifters get stuck. It starts to suffer from oil starvation issues, and just overall, it's not really a good system. So if anybody was to want to have an inquiry or wanted to purchase one, I would strongly recommend doing a DOD delete or a displacement on demand delete to get rid of that system. When you do that, you do have to get rid of the factory cam and swap out a different cam, which is exactly what I did.
Seems like a lot of work, no?
Yes, it's definitely a decent amount of work, but actually the parts that I got altogether actually surprisingly wasn't too expensive. It really just came down to the labor, which you're looking at roughly about maybe $2,000 if you have a shop do it and have them tune it after. But I just went with an OEM an OEM LS3 cam, LS7 lifters, LS6 beehive springs, LS2 dampener.
Wow.
After that, we had the car tuned and dynoed. She made 355 wheel.
Wow.
And that's just
that's a move,
on a stock cam. That's just on a stock non-DOD LS3 cam out of a 2014 Chevy SS.
Okay, what are we running for the wheels and tires?
We are running 255 40 R19s.
And these are the wheels that came with the car?
No, I actually, no. So from the factory, they came with the Steelies.
Right.
I ended up picking up these wheels off of a gentleman down in Philadelphia. He had it listed at a really good price, and I just kind of jumped onto it. These wheels are actually off of a 2012 Cadillac CTS-V.
Okay, wow, yeah.
And
so pretty much same platform, right?
Yep. Yep,
same platform, same engines.
Yep, in the bolt pattern, it goes right together.
Okay.
So yeah, I ended up picking that up, and it was great. Actually, I can pop the hood for you.
That's where we're going next, under the hood, and then you know what's after that?
Absolutely. You
junk in the trunk.
Junk in the trunk. We already know.
And then we'll do the interior.
All right, here we go. So for all the people that are curious, like I said, you definitely do not want that 3.6 liter because that's just plain old boring. You want the party engine.
That's right.
And there you go. Yeah, there she is, L77 6.0 liter. Like I said, they make 355 stock and 384 pound-feet of torque from the factory. I had, like I said, I had mine's DOD deleted. It does have an OEM LS3 cam in it, but active fuel management is no longer an issue. So to the crank, she's pushing about 405, maybe 410. That's an educated guess.
Yeah.
But to the wheels, she made 355 over 315.
Yeah.
With the stock, with the DOD camshaft.
Yeah, man, that's
and they're very clean too. Like they're really really simplistic. There's not a lot of vacuum hoses.
What's all here? What's all done?
Oh, so this right here is honestly, there's supposed to be a plate that comes with this OTR intake. Unfortunately, the guy that I had purchased it from, he did not have the plate. Okay. But other than that, like I said, it came with the direct cold air intake, which is the desirable intake to have. It's probably one of the more expensive intakes for this platform.
Yeah.
But it also helped with just overall horsepower and just breathing.
It's like a ram air, right?
Yep, this is a ram air and just overall breathing.
I like your diagram there.
Put a little diagram there. You know, I'm a noob to the vehicle at the time.
Doodle,
Yeah, and another thing that's really nice about these cars is that they come with a placard.
Yep.
Right here, so you can see the engine code L77, transmission code MYC, and any other information in pertaining to the car. The car was originally Heron white, but the police department
needed
the police department changed it black.
Low-key ghost type of...
Yep. The police department ended up...
this is out of Belmar, New Jersey.
Yep, and this is out of Belmar, New Jersey, unit 8714.
How's the rust on this?
Honestly, surprisingly...
Not much.
Not much. Yeah, not much. We got her up on a lift the first day that I had purchased it, and I was actually really surprised. You know, and honestly, she's been pretty good. No rust. No, like rust on the body or anything like that. Blemishes,
any future plans for the engine bay?
As of right now, honestly, with it being a daily driver, I'm just gonna keep the OEM LS3 cam.
Yep.
Like I said, it makes, like I said, 400 crank horsepower is more than enough to have fun and boogie, you know, when going to work or grabbing a pizza.
What's the gas mileage? What did you get?
Oof. Honestly, I need to go back to the tuner because he needs to adjust some things with fuel trims and air to fuel ratio. But I mean, as of right now, coming up here as far as highway, I got like 22.5.
Oh, that's
around the city. She's around the city she's like 13.1, but if it's real bad, like congested, she can dip down into the 10s.
Oh wow.
Yes, it definitely.
It doesn't like city.
Yeah, she does not like the city. And another thing I will say is that 93 is recommended on these cars.
Yeah.
A lot of people will buy them and think that they should put 87. From the factory, the car is making 10 to 4 in 1 compression, which is a higher compression. And I know that I've only really exclusively ran 93 octane. I've ran 87 in the past when I first purchased the vehicle, and I ended up getting spark knock and other types of issues. So with that higher octane, it wasn't an issue. So yeah, 93 is definitely recommended on these vehicles. So you do got to kind of pay to play, but you know, I honestly think it's a great car. And like I said, I've had 2 Panther bodies in the past, and you know, it's night and day with these vehicles. I love the Panther platform, but I don't regret buying this. And another thing I want to also say to the people that might say, oh, well, it's hard to find parts for them. It depends on the part.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to look harder if it's, you know, body panels or stuff like that. But if you're just talking about drivetrain, the important stuff to get you to work, all of it, it's all GM.
Yeah.
So suspension components, you know, you can get it off a G8. You can get everything you need. So yeah, I've never had an issue looking for parts for this vehicle, and it's honestly it's been great to me.
Cool. Well, you can close the hood. Let's move on to junk in the trunk.
All right. All right, it's definitely junk in the trunk. Woo.
Yeah, it seems like every Panther guy has junk in the trunk. So coming from a Panther platform, I'm sure you.
I will say she's messy. Yeah. She's definitely messy. I got a lot of miscellaneous stuff.
Go in the trunk. Are you running stock exhaust?
As of right now, it's completely stock. Okay. The only thing that is different is that I have Solo Performance. Yeah. Axle bags. Okay. So they're literally just, it's funny, it's hilarious. If you got under the car, it's literally like an elbow. Yeah. And the reason why it's an elbow, it's to help with drone. Okay. So when the car would go into 4-cylinder mode, when it did have displacement on demand, it would have a really nasty drone, like, and it just sounded terrible. That eliminated that issue. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I will say one thing. My Crown Vic has this car beat as far as trunk size. You don't really have that much. It's deep, but it's not. Like it's not deep. It's deep, but it's not deep.
Yeah, wow, very impressive.
Yeah. So yeah, it's.
And so the battery's in the back.
Yes, sir. So,
okay, that's why I'm like. What?
Yep. So you got the battery in the back, and then you also would have another battery right here that will run the auxiliary for the lights and anything else that it needed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. A lot of cool junk in here. I see parts, spacers.
I got parts, spacers, speakers.
Mass airflow sensor.
That is the old mass airflow sensor, actually from the stock intake that was on the car. I just decided to keep it because why not? Yeah. You know, you never know if you might actually need anything. So you want to go on to the interior?
Let's go.
All right.
Cool, man. Thanks for showing all these things off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, it's funny. So the back seats on these cars are actually, you have a lot of room. Wow. Like you have a lot of room.
That is a lot of room. Do you mind sitting in there?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. So just for perspective, if you are a robber, you are a criminal, you are living the high life, baby.
I mean, you're what, 6 foot tall?
And I'm about 5'11".
5'11".
But I mean, I have ample room. Like you don't have have any issues whatsoever.
Yeah, you're cruising to the cell in style.
Right, you're cruising to the cell in style. The one thing I will say that is a downside that I'm gonna say about 80% of these vehicles do suffer is the diaper headliner.
Oh yeah.
For whatever reason, General Motors just cannot figure out how to make a headliner. Ford has them beat as far as that regard is concerned.
And it's like a light.
Yeah, it's like a light. It's like a light cream.
Tan or cream. Yeah.
Yep, it's like a light tan and light cream color. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Just so we can show the front, which is the captain seat, the fun seat.
The fun seat. I mean, with the LS.
Right, with an
6.0.
With an LS 6.0, it can get fun, and honestly, it's pretty nice in my opinion. Like,
wow, it's so simple.
Yeah, it's really honestly simple.
Can I sit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, here we go. Wow, there's no
Yep.
fancy gauges or gadgets.
Negative. Yep. So you got your
He said
touchscreen. You got your touchscreen
Okay.
radio. So you know when the car is on, you have your touchscreen radio.
Yeah.
And then also the thing that's nice about the 6080E is that it supports sport and performance mode.
Huh.
So those two buttons that are right there.
Oh, right here.
Yep. So sport mode, when the car was on, what it'll end up doing is that it'll hold the gears for a longer duration of time. And then with performance mode, it will completely shut off traction control.
Huh.
So when you go, she just rips the tires.
When you gun it, she's gunning it, huh?
Yep. And
Yep.
the second you open up the door, it will show you the mileage.
Yep,
Which is something.
95,485.
Yes, sir.
Wow, for a car of such, I guess, high caliber, there's just very simple GM
Yeah,
dash.
Oh, look at you with the little holes in the wheels.
Next year.
Okay, and did it have all the equipment in here or no?
Oh, so
When you
yeah.
got
So
it.
when I first bought this car, it's hilarious because the car was actually loaded. They left everything in this vehicle.
Oh,
The
yes.
Havis system, the dome light, the spotlight was here. Actually, I'm gonna have to send you some pictures.
Yeah.
The partition was still in the back. That's actually the main reason why the headliner is messed up. And the window bars were still in the back. They completely sold the car like they just did not care. They still had the hockey pucks,
Yeah.
all of it. You know, I got the car and, you know, I didn't buy it to look like a cop or to,
Yeah.
you know, to impersonate or be like that. I bought the car because I seen an affordable LS platform car, you know,
Yeah.
and I took the shot.
Oh, I like the ticket light. That's a cool touch because, I mean, you know, the P71s all came with it. Not all of them work.
Right, not all of them work, but ironically, mine do work.
Yeah. Any future plans for the interior?
Yeah, so the plans is to get rid of that Havis console because it honestly is just kind of terrible.
Yeah.
And if I could find some half decent G8 seats, I mean, these seats aren't bad, they get the job done, but they're cop seats.
Yeah.
They're old, they're dated, and they're worn. And you know, it's about time I put them out of their misery and get a final retirement and get something nice.
Yeah, retire them with honor, huh?
Right, exactly.
Cool. Well, going from Panther platform to this, what would you tell somebody if they're maybe afraid to take the step, or maybe they'll be like, oh, the Panther community will hate me, or what would you advise to somebody who maybe is like a diehard fan,
I would say,
and now they're like, what else is out there for the V8, the rear-wheel drive?
I would definitely say, in my personal opinion, now I know people are probably going to argue this in the comments, but my personal opinion, this car is the best bang for your buck V8 with my air quotation marks performance sedan that you can buy for under 10 grand.
Yeah.
You can find a good one from anywhere from, I would say, in my personal opinion, 7 grand to about 10 or 11. Parts are, it depends on what part you're looking for. You might have to look a little bit harder for body panels, but actual drivetrain parts to make sure that your car is functional and running, you can find on Rock Auto.
Yeah.
You can find at any local parts store. At the end of the day, it's a Caprice.
It's a Chevy. Yeah.
It's a Chevy. It's owned by General Motors. This car is a bargain bin vehicle. Like I said, it sits on, the Zeta platform,
Yep.
which literally the Camaro sits on the Zeta platform. A lot of people don't know that. So yeah, it's definitely, I would definitely recommend somebody to buy it if they want to branch out and get something different. You won't regret it.
You won't regret
You
it.
will
All
not
right.
regret it.
Well, Malcolm, it was a pleasure. We finally got to meet.
Absolutely.
We talked for a while back and forth on Instagram, and we will include this in the other cool rides. And thanks for being on the channel, man.
I appreciate it,
it, bro.
All right.
We'll see you guys in the next one.